Hi everyone, my name is Firdavs. In recent video we have talked about current state of Hungarian Budapest real estate market, and as you remember we tried to analyze last 2 years, the pandemic period, and then compared it with current condition of the local real estate market. Also, we discussed about what is with prices of real estate nowadays compared to, again, that pandemic years, and based on available data and analysis of some local companies, we saw that, like last year, prices of local real estate continue to grow this year too, not only in Budapest, but also countrywide. Also, we saw that in first quarter of current year, amount of those buyers who purchased properties as an investment grew significantly by more than 40%. One of the reasons to these changes was tourism, which was recovering throughout entire 2021 after dramatic 2020, when it was shut down almost completely, and which is by spring of 2022 again reached almost the same level as it was in pre-pandemic time. Another reason is that students, young workers and specialists, amount of whom is usually big here and who always looking for rental apartments, and who partially also left the country during 2020, started to return. And today we will talk about a very important part of real estate investment, about local rental market, and we will try to understand current condition of local rental market in Budapest as well as in some other major cities of Hungary. Here in Budapest there are two main types of rentals. The first one is long-time rental, where the target group is usually students, foreigners and local, young specialists who work here in local offices of various companies, again, foreigners and local, couples, young families, and so on. And second one is short-time rental, which is basically renting of apartments to tourists and visitors of the city. And today we will talk about the first one, that is about long-term rental, and we will see what's going on in long-term rental market right now and what is with prices of rental apartments here in Budapest and in some other major cities in Hungary. Because, as we know, this subject is one of the most important parts of real estate investment itself, and overall it very much affects decisions of buyers, investors, especially foreign buyers here in Budapest. We'll talk about short-term rental too in another video, and also we'll discuss current state of tourism in Budapest, which is, as we know, very tightly connected to short-term rental. Actually, right now, rental topic is very relevant here, as shortly it is September and it is a very important time in Budapest and some other cities rental market. Because this is the time when students looking for apartments for upcoming academic year, young specialists who left the country for summer break and were traveling, also coming back and will look for apartments too. I could tell you only my personal opinion and predictions based on my own analysis regarding current state of rental market here, but as formality is important in this kind of news, I must rely to data from analysis of more official local sources, and one of them will be Hungarian Central Statistic Authority, which is very well familiar to us, and which is one of the most official and reliable sources here in Hungary. And another one is Ingoland.com, which is main real estate advertisement platform here in Hungary. And these guys sometimes used to do joint market analysis, like they did it recently. And so we will rely on their joint market analysis. So based on their data, in June of current year, there was price increase in rental prices by 4% in Budapest and 3.8% countrywide compared to May. And in May, there was price increase by 2.5% in Budapest and 2.6% countrywide compared to April's rental prices. In terms of one full year period, that is between June 2021 and June 2022, there was price growth of 24% in Budapest and 23.4% countrywide. In June 2022, average rental price of apartment in Budapest was 240,000 forint per month, and average rental price of single room was 80,000 forint per month. If you didn't know, in Budapest it is very popular to rent out apartment by rooms. So if apartment has several rooms, it often rented out by rooms instead of being rented out as a single apartment. If we look to rental prices in districts of Budapest, which are famous from perspective of universities and office buildings being located there, that is, districts that attractive from investments perspective, then we will find that in District 8, average rental price was 185,000 forint per month. In District 9, it was 190,000, and in District 11, it was 210,000 forint per month. You may ask, why exactly these districts? Because in District 8, there are such a famous universities like ELTE and Semmelweis. In District 9, there is Corvinus University and many modern office buildings. And in District 11, there is Budapest University of Technology and Economics, also known as BME. But besides flats in classical and brick buildings in Budapest and in Hungary in general, flats in block-type buildings are also very popular and many people like them. Because these buildings usually they are renovated in a good condition, neat looking, and they are located a bit away from the city center. You know, they are not too far, but not too close to the city center, and they often in a more green, quiet, and comfortable parts of the city, and many like them, especially those who prefer to live in more comfortable areas, but at the same time not too far from the city center. And so if we speak about rental prices for this type of apartments in Budapest, then we will find that rental prices varied between 130,000 forint and 215,000 forint per month, depending on which area. And in already above mentioned famous districts, that is in District 8, 9 and 11, it was between 150,000 forint and 215,000 forint per month. But in Hungary, beside Budapest, there are several more cities which, first of all, famous because of universities being located there, and where a lot of foreign and Hungarian students studying every year, such as cities like Debrecen, Pécs, and Szeged. In these cities too, it is very common and popular to rent apartments and rooms to students, and many buy apartments only because of this reason, especially those buyers who can't afford to buy apartment in Budapest, but yet still want to invest in real estate, so for them these cities are a good option. In these particular cities, prices of real estate are more affordable than in Budapest, but yet it is still easy to rent them out and they are always in demand. So average rental price, for example, in city of Debrecen in brick building was 150,000 forint per month, and block type building 120,000 forint per month. In Pécs and Szeged, it was 140,000 forint per month in brick buildings and 120,000 forint in block type buildings. Average rental price of single room in these particular cities was between 40 and 65,000 forint per month. Another factor worth mentioning is that many parents whose child or children needs to study in these cities, they often choose to buy apartment for their children instead renting one, because again, prices of real estate in these cities are significantly lower than in capital. So as we can see, rental market in Budapest as well as in other major cities is doing very well nowadays, and prices constantly growing, like about 20 to 25% per year, which can be confirmed not only by me, but also by major official local sources like Hungarian Central Statistical Authority, for example. By the way, we call it here KSH or Központi Statisztikai Hivatal. Nowadays, rental market in Budapest is almost fully recovered after harsh 2020 in terms of both long-term rental and short-term rental. And so apartments here can be rented very quickly nowadays. Doesn't matter if it is rented as a single apartment or by rooms. And this is one of the reasons why prices of properties continue to grow too. These were news regarding rental markets in Budapest and in some other major cities. Rental market is especially important for investors who buy apartments specifically for investment, and as you know, many of them earning their profits by renting these apartments out. So that's why this market is so important for them. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video and I hope you will find it helpful. If you have any question, let me know, please. Please consider to subscribe to my channel. I will try to make these kind of videos more often and keep you updated. See you in the next one. Cheers.